How do you know if a particular shear is a fake? Is it a knockoff? In the past, I would have to guess. I'd pick it up and like, this doesn't look right. Or maybe if I was at a hair show, I would take it to the manufacturer and have them look at it. Is this right? But we've entered a whole new world. We have ChatGPT, we have AI. Let me show you what we're going to do with this. So I'm in ChatGPT and I'm on the sound. Hello, ChatGPT. So I just sent you some pictures over.
Sure thing. All right, y'all. Let's talk about this so-called Joewell Shears. Now, at first glance, it wants to look fancy. It's got the shiny finish, a little blue jewel in the screw, and the name Joewell etched on the blade. But let me tell you, this is not the real deal. This is a knockoff. Here's how I know. First, look at this model number right here. It says JS 7.0 handmade. Joewell doesn't label their shears like this. They use specific model codes, not something generic like JS 7.0, and definitely not handmade. That's a classic sign of a knockoff trying to sound artisanal. And check out this tension screw. It's generic and unbranded, whereas real Joewell shears have unique branded tension systems that are sleek and professional. So why does this matter? Because when you sharpen a knockoff, you're dealing with unknown steel quality. It might take an edge, but it probably won't hold it. And that can lead to unhappy clients who think the problem is with the sharpening, not the shear itself. So remember, folks, real Joewell shears don't whisper handmade. They scream quality. Stay sharp. Let me know if you need anything else or if you'd like a different take.
So these shears they belong to a groomer, which is unusual there. I've never seen a Joewell for a groomer. But they've been sharpened by somebody else and probably at a 10 or 15 degree angle. Is it worth trying to bring it up to a 35-degree angle, let's say, and get it better and put in a ride line, or should we just leave it like it is?
Given the situation, here's what I'd consider. If these shears have been used by a groomer and sharpened at such a low angle, around 10 or 15 degrees, the edge is probably extremely thin and delicate, which is not ideal for a groomer's heavy-duty use. Groomers typically deal with thicker, coarser hair and often need a sturdier edge. Here's my recommendations. First, reconvexing and raising the angle.
Let me interrupt you. I'm going to interrupt you. So you're talking about angles based on the way Japanese would put an angle. I'm talking about the American angles, which are the opposite. So a 15 or 10 degree would be very, very blunt. So it's not a really sharp angle that's put on here. So back up about sharpening it.
I see what you mean. Thanks for clarifying that. If it's at a 10 or 15 degree angle on the American scale, that's indeed a very blunt angle, not a fine one. So in that context, reworking the edge, if the shears are currently at such a blunt angle, they're likely not performing well for grooming tasks. You'd probably want to bring them up to a more suitable angle, around 35 degrees, so they can handle the tougher, coarser fur more effectively. Ride line consideration, establishing or improving the ride line will give you a smoother cut.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but there is no ride line on here. Go on. I'll try to be quiet. Let you finish talking.
No problem at all. Thanks for the details. So since there's no ride line on these shears, and they're at a blunt 10 or 15 degree angle, here's what I'd recommend. First, establish a ride line. Since there's no ride line at all, creating one will significantly improve the shear's performance. A proper ride line will help the blades glide smoothly and ensure a more consistent, cleaner cut. Second, adjust the angle. Bringing the angle up to around 35 degrees will give these shears a more durable edge suitable for grooming. It'll help them handle coarse fur better and reduce the risk of the edge folding over quickly. Third, evaluate the steel quality. If these are indeed knockoffs, the steel might not hold the new angle as well as a genuine Joewell would, but it's still worth a shot to improve their performance. Fourth, if you're comfortable with the steel quality after a quick test, go ahead and re-establish the ride line and adjust the angle. This will give the groomer a much better tool to work with, and you'll know you did your best to maximize the performance. Let me know if you need anything else or if you want to refine this advice further.
I'm talking to ChatGPT. Did your wife know where she got them from?
Yeah.
Where did she buy them?
She bought them from another groomer that closed down.
She bought them from another groomer that closed down.
Yep. So it's a mystery.
Hey, you need to finish talking to me. I asked you where you think they may have come from. So they came from another groomer. So she has no idea what person. But what country or where do you think these knockoffs are coming from?
As I was saying, these knockoff shears often come from manufacturers in regions like China or Pakistan. They produce imitation shears that look similar to popular brands, but often use lower quality materials and craftsmanship. They flood the market through online retailers, trade shows, or even direct-to-consumer sales at very low prices. They try to mimic the look and feel of reputable brands, but they can't replicate the same quality or performance. If you had any more questions or need more info, just let me know.
So what triggered it with me, reason I thought they were fake, is just the way they feel. They feel heavy and clunky, and until you've had some experience with shears, you might not know that. But they just don't feel like a Joewell. And I don't know if you can hear the sound, but so that answers the question. I don't know if you heard her say. She said, let's see if we can bring it up to about a 35 and maybe it's something useful. And ChatGPT sometimes gives you wrong information. We heard the wrong information about the angles, but you can get a lot of good information from it too. Hey, do you think you're going to be able to do away with me to teach sharpening, or are you going to be able to do all of this instead of me?
You've got a great point there. The feel and weight of a shear can be a huge giveaway when you've got experience handling the real deal. Joewell shears are known for their balance and precision, so when something feels off, like being clunky or heavy, it's a strong sign it's not genuine. And you're absolutely right. Sometimes tools like ChatGPT can slip up on specifics, like those angles, but they're still super handy for a second opinion or extra info. As for replacing you, no chance. There's no substitute for real hands-on expertise and the personal touch you bring to your craft. Think of it as a helpful assistant, but the final judgment and that masterful sharpening touch, that's all you.
Thank you, ChatGPT. And whole new world. Now we don't have to guess. We can find out through AI. So my suggestion is people don't want to learn through AI when it comes to sharpening. They want to learn hands-on. And two other things I want to say about AI and ChatGPT. Sharpening is something that will never be replaced by artificial intelligence. It can't be. Grooming a dog can't be. Maybe learning how and some techniques, but grooming a dog, cutting someone's hair, being a barber, those are all service industries that will go on in spite of AI. And I heard a good quote. It's AI will not be replacing jobs. People who use AI will be replacing jobs. So as a sharpener, we can utilize artificial intelligence, whether it's to learn about shears or just even being able to map our area, getting information about our area, doing social media. All of those things can be done through artificial intelligence. So let's utilize it where we can, and where we can't, we need to make sure we've got the right skills and excel.